Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
Baseball is back on Fox Sports Wisconsin tonight. We are in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. They are expecting a big crowd. It's the Brew Crew and the St. Louis Cardinals, game 2 of this 3-game series. And after a day off yesterday, the boys are ready to get back at it. Scooter Gennett, what a start he's off to. 9 hits, 18 total bases. He's already hit 3 homers this year. He is in the lineup once again tonight. The Cardinals, however, scoring a ton of runs. Their last 4 games, 41 points on the board for St. Louis. Jeremy Hazelbaker is one of those leading the charge. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from St. Louis alongside Bill Schroeder. I'm Brian Anderson. Craig Cashon is our reporter tonight. So glad you could be with us. We're looking forward to this matchup. I know the Brewers are excited to get back on the field and erase what happened here on Monday, Rock. And it's a little bit interesting looking at the lineup tonight because there is a new left side of the infield this evening.
Yeah, Craig Counsell before the ballgame saying that the real Major League schedule begins today. Now, the Brewers had 2 days off in their first 9 days, but now that all ends. The Brewers are going to be on a stretch. We're going to be playing just about every day, 32 games in 33 days, which means he wants to get everybody involved, and that means a couple of guys getting into that starting lineup here today. Yadiel Rivera, who really burst onto the scene in spring training. He was crushing the baseball, and he's continued to do that in the early part of the season already. 3 for 7. He's only played 14 innings. I mean, this guy has really opened up a lot of eyes. He's getting an opportunity at shortstop today. You know, VR, a little bit banged up. He's going to get the day off, so Yadiel Rivera at shortstop. Now, Colin Walsh, the switch hitter, he made the ball club. He's a Rule 5 guy from the Oakland Athletics, still looking for his first hit this year, and his first hit this year will be his first Major League hit. So Craig Counsell certainly wants to get everybody involved, get everybody feeling as though they're part of things, and for Walsh, maybe get that first big league hit out of the way.
And you know, Walsh is looking forward to this. He used to be in the Cardinals organization, was actually released by the St. Louis Cardinals. He gets a chance at redemption here tonight. We got a little ways till first pitch, so we'll kick it back to our studio after this as Jeff and Augie are going to talk a little pitching. And a familiar face on the mound for the Cardinals tonight, Mike Leake, will pitch. Stay with us.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards and all your home improvement needs. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. A lot of great history in the city of St. Louis. Brewers and Cardinals are ready to battle here in Game 2 of their series. I'm Craig Kashan. Hello, everybody. Nice night for baseball here in St. Louis. Chase Anderson on the mound for Milwaukee. He'll make his second start as a Milwaukee Brewer and trying to win a second straight game. And he is one of many newcomers on this team, so let's get to know Chase Anderson a little bit here early in April. He was drafted in the 9th round by Arizona, made 48 Major League starts with the Diamondbacks before that trade in the offseason that sent him and Aaron Hill to Milwaukee and Gene Segura to Arizona. Here's Anderson explaining his style on the mound.
I'm going to compete no matter what the score is. I do the best to have a poker face out there to keep my team in the game. I care about the guys around me the most because that's kind of, it's a team aspect. It's a team game. Not one guy wins the game. So for me, we go out, I have a 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball. I'm try to keep the ball on the ground. My changeup is my best pitch. That's my out pitch. I throw it at any time in the count. I'm working on a cutter this year, and then my curveball is probably the most inconsistent pitch, but it's coming around. If I can get more consistency with all my pitches, I feel like that my 4-pitch mix is going to be huge in Milwaukee because it's kind of it's a similar part to Chase Field, where you got to keep the ball on the ground. The ball flies a little bit, but I'm excited for this opportunity and this challenge to pitch in Milwaukee.
Anderson worked on all of those pitches during spring training, came out strong in his first start, and tonight trying to become Milwaukee's first 2-game winner on the young season. He will oppose Mike Leake. We've got the first pitch on the way coming up here from St. Louis, and after a day off in the series, Game 2 of 3 is on the way as the Brewers try to get one in this series against the Cardinals. B&R Rock coming right back here on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Back at Busch Stadium, we are just about set for first pitch tonight. The St. Louis Cardinals, the Milwaukee Brewers, National League Central Division rivals. And Brewers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Spend the night with luxury. Crowd still filing in here at Busch Stadium as As the Brewers and the Cardinals play game 2 of the series, it is beautiful here tonight. 60 degrees, clear skies up above, and we are delighted to have you with us. And let's see if the Brewers can get back to winning ways. Craig Counsell's team comes in with a record of 3-4, while the Cardinals at 4-3. St. Louis has won 4 in a row, and the Brewers will send up a lineup tonight that has a couple of changes in it down at the bottom. Let's take a look at it. It's courtesy of Potawatomi. Domingo Santana, Scooter Gennett, Ryan Braun. The top stays the same. Jonathan Lucroy, Chris Carter, and Colin Walsh now man the middle. Walsh still looking for his first hit of the year and his first as a major leaguer. And the bottom 3, Ramon Flores, Yadiel Rivera, and Chase Anderson round out the starting 9. Note the pitcher is batting 9th tonight, no longer in that 8 spot. And wearing number 8, his old jersey from his Arizona State days, the newest Cardinal rock, Mike Leake, the former Red.
Yeah, the Brewers have seen him quite a bit, making his start number 11 against Milwaukee. He's 2-4, 4.60 ERA against the Milwaukee Brewers. He split time between the Reds and the Giants last year, picked up as a free agent in the offseason by St. Louis.
Many thought Leake was going to sign with the Diamondbacks. Ends up here in St. Louis on a 5-year deal. First ball swinging. Domingo Santana deep to right. It's off the wall. Santana on his way to second. Close play. And Domingo slides in safely. What a start to this one. Narrowly missing a home run. Santana with a leadoff double on the first pitch of the ball game.
Yeah, and that's what Craig Counsell likes about Domingo Santana, that leadoff spot. The ability to drive the baseball almost out of the ballpark to right field over Piscotty's head, midway off that fence. And on the first pitch of the game, the Brewers have a man in scoring position. Well, the Brewers would like to get on the board early today. Wasn't much of a game on Monday. Cardinals all over Milwaukee, so an early lead would be nice.
Here's Scooter Gennett with Santana at second base. Now the Brewers would love to get off to a good start. That game on Monday was the Cardinal opener, and it was a record-setting day for St. Louis. They had 8 doubles in that 10-1 win. 10 extra base hits in that ball game as well. And overall for the Brew Crew, a day to forget on Monday as Gennett fouls one back. Scooter's really swinging the bat well coming in here. Has 9 hits on the season. He's hit 3 home runs. His batting average to start play today is at .409. He's been the one big bat the Brewers have had. He leads the team in homers, and he's hit the longest home runs of the season as well, as a matter of fact.
And I would imagine Scooter not all that excited about the day off. I mean, when you're swinging the bat like Gennett has been, the last thing you want to do is have a day off. Well, you hope it hadn't affected him, but it's not just the way he's swinging the bat. I mean, Scooter Gennett carrying himself much differently this year than he has in the past.
Well, Gennett has hit safely in each of his 16 career starts at Busch Stadium. He loves hitting here. Matter of fact, his batting average is at .368 in this ballpark. He has 5 runs batted in those 16 starts. And overall, even in games when he comes in off the bench as a pinch hitter or a defensive replacement, he's hitting .329 here at Busch Stadium. So this has been a favorite park for Gennett.
And facing some pretty good pitching all the while. I mean, it's a good background. You can see the ball, but I mean, you have to hit him pretty good to get him out of here. But for some reason, Scooter Gennett has had real good success against some of the best pitching the National League has to offer.
And Mike Leake is a familiar opponent as well. Even though he's here in St. Louis, he's a first-year Cardinal. All those years, 2010 up until last season at the trade deadline, he was a member of the Cincinnati Reds. So a number of the Brewers in the lineup have seen plenty of Mike Leake, including Gennett, who has 16 career at-bats against this pitcher. And he's 7 for 16 during that stretch.
And Mike Leake's not going to blow you away out there in the mound. I mean, low 90s. He's got good movement both sides of the plate. He'll sink it, he'll cut it. Yeah, he will throw a changeup. There's the numbers we were talking about in 10 starts, 2 and 4. So the Brewers have had some success against Mike Leake.
Runner at second, a lead double for Santana if you're just turning us on here. And now GENNETT into center field. It's hit sharply, but right at Grichuk. And Santana will have to stay put. Tough break for GENNETT. And a line drive out.
Well, let's check out the Menards defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. Jeremy Hazelbaker, boy, what a name he's making for himself here in St. Louis. Had a big day on Monday. Got Grichuk and Piscotty in center and right. Carpenter, Diaz, Jerko, and Holiday. A bit of a different lineup than you would expect for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Yadier Molina behind home plate.
Jed Jerko, the former San Diego Padre. As you see, Jeremy Hazelbaker. Man, he is really swinging the bat well. Interesting story to get him to the big leagues this year. Part of that remade outfield here in St. Louis. Here's Ryan Braun now, and he takes strike one. Ryan comes in with a homer and 3 runs batted in. He's got that average at .292 in the early going. Braun with 7 hits in 24 at-bats. Scored a couple of runs. And he's been out there every day. Braun, with all the off days, been able to keep himself in the lineup. Ground ball to Carpenter. Nice pickup on the short hop, and 2 men are out.
Yeah, tough play for Matt Carpenter. The Cardinals have been kicking it around a little bit so far this year. And Carpenter with the bobble, but able to recover and get the out of first base. Tricky hop as it got to him.
With the ground ball pitcher on the mound, and Mike Matheny, the Cardinal skipper, has Jed Jerko playing second base. Colton Wong leads St. Louis in errors with 3. So Matheny tightening up his infield defense for this one. 2 men are out. Here is Jonathan Lucroy. Santana still standing at second base. Lucroy has the most at-bats against Mike Leake career. 29 at-bats against him. And he is a .414 hitter. 12 hits, 29 at-bats, including a homer. Not a bad start for Lucroy on the season. At 6 for 22. But he's still looking for his first run batted in. This would be a good spot for it right here.
Man, Luke got a lot of at-bats in spring training by design. He told counsel he needs a lot of at-bats. He got them, and his numbers against Mike Leake have been very good. He's got the home run, been able to make contact, and hitting over 400. Luke, a tough guy to strike out. There's a lot of damage into center and right.
And Leake bust him in for a ball. 1-2 the count on Lucroy. Back behind the plate tonight. Got a little time at first base on Monday in that blowout for St. Louis. Craig Counsell used that as an opportunity to get some guys in positions they don't normally play. Some game action for Lucroy at first base. Might see him over there a little bit this year. Lucroy down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and it bounces out. That'll be a ground rule double for Lucroy. A run will score. It's a 2-out, 2-strike RBI double for Jonathan Lucroy, and the Brewers strike first tonight.
Well, how about that at bat for Jonathan Lucroy, taking a pitch away. Just able to tuck it inside that right field line for a big RBI double. Well, there's your 2-out hit, partner. Pitch up in his zone. Leake tried to catch the outside corner with it, left it up, and Jonathan able to hit it hard down the right field line. That's what we're talking about with Braun and Lucroy. These guys have been wearing out the right field side of the field so far this year.
Second double for Lucroy. Now Chris Carter is up. First ball swinging. High fly ball to right. And Piscotty has room to make the play to end the inning. Good start for the Crew, though. They get a couple of doubles. A run is in. Now on the mound, Chase Anderson to face the Redbirds. Santana leads off with a double, comes around to score the first run of the game. Gives Chase Anderson a lead to work with to start it. Mike Matheny, the former Milwaukee Brewer catcher, he's back there somewhere. 5th year as the Cardinal skipper, and he's been to the postseason each of his first 4 seasons. His Potawatomi batting order: Matt Carpenter, Jeremy Hazelbaker, Matt Holliday. And then in the middle, it's Piscotty, Grichuk, and Molina. Jed Jerko, a new Cardinal, he's at second. Aledmus Diaz will play short. And Mike Leake rounds out the starting 9 for Matheny, courtesy of Potawatomi. And Rocket will be Chase Anderson on the mound, start number 2 for Milwaukee.
And his first one as a Brewer, outstanding work. Look at no walks, 5 strikeouts against Houston in a victory. Went 5 innings, gave up only 4 hits, making his second career start against the Cardinals. He made 1 start last year and got a no decision. So outstanding work for Chase Anderson in his first start of the year.
Anderson has that great changeup. That's his signature pitch. And he's been working on a cut fastball. We'll see how much he uses that here tonight. This is a heavy hitting Cardinal lineup, and they have been rolling the last 4 games. If you're just joining us, we hit you with some stats when we hit the air. 41 runs for the Cardinals in their last 4 games. It was a 3-game sweep of Atlanta, and then they won the opener in this series on Monday against the Brewers.
And hopefully the Brewers are hoping the off day yesterday is going to cool them off a bit.
Matt Carpenter, first ball out into right, and a running catch by Santana. Well, the first swing ends up as an out. Carpenter retired. And how about the Brewers defensively? Rock, courtesy of Menard.
Yeah, got a couple of guys in there that ordinarily aren't going to make starts. You got Colin Walsh making his first major league start. Craig Counsell figuring with not too many off days coming up in the next month of games, you got to get these guys involved. Yadier Rivera off to a hot start. He's going to play short. Ramon Flores in center, and as always, you got Jonathan Lucroy behind home plate.
Colin Walsh spent 4 seasons in the St. Louis organization, 2010 to 2014. Brewers got him from the A's, Rule 5 pick, a couple of seasons with Oakland. Getting a start at the big league level against an organization he used to play for. I'm sure there's a little extra motivation for him here tonight. Jeremy Hazelbaker, new man on the scene in the big leagues. He's already got 2 homers. 5 runs batted in. A gaudy batting average to start the year. He's got 10 hits and 19 at-bats. He has been a very tough out.
3rd organization. He's actually been released, and the Cardinals pick him up, and look what he's been able to do. Hitting over 500. Making a pretty good first impression here in St. Louis.
There's that changeup from Anderson. It's a dandy. And the Cardinals in their new outfield. Jason Hayward, now a Chicago Cub. John Jay no longer in the organization. Peter Borges is gone. So relying heavily on young players or new players as Hazelbaker, very fast, rolls to GENNETT for out number 2. Two up, 2 down for Anderson. Going to bring up Matt Holliday. The new Cardinal first baseman so far this season. Thought was he would play first against left-handed starting pitching. Tommy Pham is injured right now. He was part of that mix as well. He's got an oblique injury. So Holliday has ended up playing first base as Matt Adams has struggled and Hazelbaker has hit. Hazelbaker's kept his name in the lineup every day.
It's amazing how, you know, these guys for the Cardinals, they fill in because of injury, and yeah, they're very productive. Tommy Pham, remember that series he had at Miller Park last year? He couldn't get him out. Just when you think you've got the Cardinals, when they're down and out with injuries, they come up with some of these guys from minor leagues, and they just keep rolling.
Well, with injury comes opportunity, as the old saying goes, and a couple of guys are making the most of it here. Jeremy Hazelbaker and Aledmus Diaz, both in the lineup tonight. Both did damage on Monday against Milwaukee. 0-2 the count on Holiday.
Well, we saw Chase Anderson with very good location in his first start at Miller Park after a very rough, shaky spring training.
He was just working on stuff, right?
Yeah, well, that's why you don't put too much stock in spring training, right?
He's working on that cut fastball, and a lot of them ended up right in the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
But he's been good. So far, so good in his first start. Looked like he was in complete command. He only had 85 pitches in his 5 innings against the Astros. Went 5 shutout innings. I asked Craig Counsell why the early hook. He said, you know, based on the way it was going this spring, we were pretty well set up with our bullpen. 85 pitches and 5 shutout innings was good enough. Good way to start his Milwaukee portion of his big league career.
Yeah, early in the season, Craig Counsell's had this thing where he's tried to avoid his starters 3rd time through the batting order. I think that had a little bit to do with it as well. Okay, get him out of there, have him something to feel good about going into his next start. Yeah, bullpen did the job.
Didn't walk a batter against the Astros. He struck out 5. And those 5 shutout, gave up just 4 hits. Counsell was saying, you know, they were pretty firm on a pitch count that day with Anderson, about 100, right? So he was not going to go over 100 anyway. So you figure if he was going to go back out for the 6th, the heart of the lineup was coming up. And if it would have taken him more than 15 pitches to get through that inning, he didn't want to have to remove him in the middle of an inning. So he decided to turn it over to his bullpen, and they did the job. Holiday turns on one. Braun can't get it. That's going to go to the fence. Holiday on his way to second with a double.
He turned on that fastball. Knowing that's where you want to pitch Matt Holiday in. Anderson not having a big fastball, and Holiday able to turn that one around. Number 4 for Holiday. 4th double of the year. Here's that pitch in off the plate. Normally a good pitch to Holiday, but he's able to pull the hands in and hit it hard down the line.
Holiday had an RBI double in the opener on Monday. And a double here in the first inning with 2 away. So the 3 hits have all been doubles thus far. The Brewers scored in the first inning on an RBI double from LUCROY. On the ground, this is Walsh. Winds it up, and a low throw is bobbled at first. Safe at first is Piscotty, and the inning will continue here.
And not a very good throw by Colin Walsh, but I think one that should have been handled at first base. I'm not sure if it bounced or not, but Colin not very comfortable on this ground ball. Watch the exchange, kind of fighting it a little bit. Does the ball bounce? I don't think so. I think that got to the glove and the dirt at the same time, and it'll probably be an E5, but one that Carter will tell you should have had. Yeah, you got to come up with that.
Well, the fact that it hit him on the bounce saved a run. Not a good throw by Walsh. Lost the handle on the ground ball, so the inning continues here, and it'll be Randall Grichuk. You don't want to give a big league team any extra outs, but especially the Cardinals, and especially the Cardinals at home.
Right.
E5 on the scoring decision.
That's just nerves right there for Colin Walsh. That's what that was.
Well, see if Anderson can pick him up here. 1st and 3rd, 2 gone. And Grichuk takes a strike. Grichuk was in a mighty slump to start the year, so much so that Matheny gave him a couple of days off before he put him back in the lineup against the Brewers on Monday. And he had a good day on Monday, had 2 hits. Snapped an 0 for 13 streak at the plate.
A couple of hits, couple of walks, so he's seeing the baseball good. There's that cut fastball for Chase Anderson, just missed the outside corner. All these extra pitches not necessary. Shouldn't be having to throw him. He should be in the dugout.
2-1 for Anderson on Grichuk. 1st and 3rd for the Cardinals in the first. And that missed 3 balls and a strike. Anderson has shown a little more velocity than we were expecting to start the year. He's been as fast as 93 miles an hour in his 2 starts. Just hit 92 there. Oh, Grichuk was right on it. Fouls it back into the net.
Yeah, real good pitch. Tied him up inside. Look at Grichuk upset with himself. 3-1 pitch. That's the pitch that you've got to do some damage on, and he got a pitch in and missed it. This is change-up time for Chase Anderson. This is where that change-up was really a big pitch for him in his first start.
Let's see what he does here. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner goes at first, and Grichuk down the left field line, fair. Extra bases. Piscotty was on the run. He'll come around to score. 2 runs are in on a double, and just like that, the Cardinals take the lead.
I think it was a changeup too. He left it inside. Not where you want to put a changeup. You'd rather have it away. Certainly down, but not up and in. Was a change up. He got a lot of the plate inside, and Grichuk able to hammer it down the left field line. And a couple of unearned runs across home plate in the first inning. Can't do that.
Sounded like Grichuk broke his bat, able to keep it fair, and the second double of the inning. 2-1 St. Louis, still 2 away. And here is Yadier Molina. Well, the Brewers are going to have to figure out how to keep St. Louis off the scoreboard here today. This is a very confident, aggressive offensive team right now.
Well, giving them only 3 outs is a good start.
Yeah, that is a good way to begin. I'm with you on that one. A called strike on Molina. Molina had success on Monday as well. Had a couple of runs batted in. Had 3 hits in the opener, the home opener. That was Yadier Molina's 12th consecutive opening day start. That is the most in Cardinal franchise history. It is a storied franchise. Goes back to nearly the origins of the National League.
That catcher or anybody?
Catcher. By a catcher.
Yeah, impressive.
He just passed Ted Simmons last week for most all-time games and starts as a catcher in St. Louis Cardinal history. They just inducted Simmons into the Cardinal Hall of Fame. There's a liner and a base hit. And another run's going to come in to score. Molina thinking about 2. He's on his way. Braun's throw up the line, the tag, and they got him. So it's an RBI single. The inning ends at second base, but the Cardinals scored 3 runs. 3 unearned runs. Ryan Braun cuts down another one. His second outfield assist. Not a good start for the Brewers here tonight. runs on Chase Anderson. A costly error at third base set up the inning. And now the Brewers have to play catch up once again here tonight. Second inning we go. Colin Walsh will lead off. Walsh, Ramon Flores, and Yadiel Rivera. The switch hitter, Walsh. Collins spent the year last year at the AA level in Midland in the Texas League. That was with the Oakland A's. And he hit .302 last year. And a good stat line across the board. .302, 13 homers, 49 runs batted in. He's known as a hitter. And he's fast. He can steal bases.
And he's got a good eye at the plate. Over 120 walks in the minor leagues last year.
A lot of walks, a lot of strikeouts. A below average defender is what he's labeled as. We'll see if he can do some damage at the plate. Never mind. Called strike 3. Mike Leake brings him up. And Walsh is gone. Out number 1 for Leake, his first strikeout.
Yep, able to catch the inside corner with a four-seamer. Most of the pitches away to Walsh. Had him set up inside, and that one caught plenty of home plate.
Brewers are striking out at a very high pace right now. And a lot of called strike 3s as well.
Yeah.
Michael Wacha on Monday had 4 consecutive backwards Ks. Rarely see that.
And 5 of the 6 strikeouts.
There's a shot in the left center field. Ramon Flores. And he'll hold up at first. Nice piece of hitting there by Flores. Ramon has his second hit in the big leagues this year.
And sweet swing from the left side. Flores able to take that pitch and just hit it hard over Diaz's head. Pitch going away from, catching plenty of the plate up in the zone, and he didn't miss it. Hit it hard out there into the gap in left center.
Boy, that swing reminds me so much of Mark Grace. Flores is playing center field tonight. Not a position Mark Grace ever played.
No.
But when he plays first base, and he will for the Brewers, then we can make that comparison.
Well, the way he stands up there, stands tall to play a little Ken Griffey, the way he keeps that bat in the hitting zone a long time. And I'll tell you, comparing them to 2 pretty good players.
We just threw a Mark Grace and a Ken Griffey.
Yeah, I mean, not to put any pressure on him.
Good luck.
But I mean, just watching the way he swings, the way he had the top down, the standing tall at the plate, not a whole lot of bend in anything, and little junior action out there at the plate.
Yadiel Rivera with a runner at first. I think this is a guy everybody's anxious to see get some playing time and see what he can do. And he sends that one into right field. It's hit pretty well. Big outfield here. And Piscotty runs it down for the out. Second out of the inning. Yeah, Rivera is a talent to watch, and his manager is raving about him. I saw him earlier today, and I said, "How you doing? You being patient?" He goes, "You know, my time will come. Just waiting for a chance." He didn't know he was going to be in the starting lineup today.
Funny, that's what his manager said when we asked him about Rivera and his playing time. He's got to be patient. He'll get his playing time, and getting a chance to start tonight.
Chase Anderson, the Brewer pitcher now, with 2 outs. What'd you think of Council's comments about now beginning the real season?
It's true. Brewers have had 2 off days in the first 9 days, and they're getting into a stretch where they have 32 games in 33 days, and that's what the big league season's all about, not having off days. And so because of that, he wants to get everybody involved, get everybody feel like they're a part of things, and why not tonight, right?
Well, there's something you rarely see, a pass ball on Molina, allowing Flores to go to second. He just clanked it. Those gold patches are there for a reason on that chest protector and glove.
He's still catching his breath, trying to stretch that single.
Maybe so. Now we'll see if Anderson can deliver his first hit as a Brewer. Got a couple of at-bats in the Astros game, his last start. Not if Leake keeps throwing pitches like that.
Good pitches, cutters away.
He is showing him 3-hole hitter respect with a man in scoring position. And a fastball in there called strike 3. That'll end the inning. Couple of strikeouts for Leake. Make it 3-1 St. Louis.
I think Yadiel's got a very Yadiel is watching. He's always watching, and he's a quick study. He's got very good instincts. You know, it's one thing I did think that it's always a challenge coming off the bench and not getting regular at bats when you've never done it. But as far as the rest of the game, he is a very keen observer of the game, and he will understand what he needs to do, what's happening in the game. He'll learn from watching the game. So I was, you know, pretty certain that part of the game he would be able to handle.
Those are the comments from manager Craig Counsell before the game about his starting shortstop tonight, Yadiel Rivera, who is a very slick fielding shortstop, by the way.
Yeah, and all those things, you know, that Craig was talking about, he's going to be able to develop as he goes. And you know, most of those things you can teach, but the one thing that he said right from the beginning that you can't teach anybody, you have that or you don't, good instincts. And Yadiel Rivera certainly does. You know what else he provides? I think he provides a lot of energy to the lineup when he's in the game. When he's playing defense, when he's up at the plate, he's just one of those guys that, you know, provides, you know, good karma, good energy out there.
Well, he ultimately figures to be a utility man, probably play second or short as long as the path of Orlando Arcia continues as it is trending. It looks like the shortstop of the future for Milwaukee. And it's going to be that kind of year this year where, you know, we're learning about these guys as we go. These are young, talented players. And to hear those words from Craig Counsell, who doesn't throw out the superlatives very easily, you could tell Rivera's got the manager's attention. And that's a pretty good spot to be in if you're a young player. There's a called strike on Jerko leading off this inning for the Cardinals. 2-2 now. Looks a little strange in a St. Louis Cardinals uniform after all those years in San Diego.
Yeah, there was a point where everybody thought he was going to be a franchise player in San Diego, right?
On the ground to Rivera, who has a cannon for an arm, and a strike to Carter for out number 1. Craig Kashan, our reporter this week in St. Louis, he's got a little more on Yadier. What do you have, Craig?
First of all, it's great to see this guy throw. He's a lot of fun out on the field to watch, and You know, Craig Counsell was also saying that he really thought those 7 games that Rivera spent with the Brewers on the major league level last September really helped kind of set the table for this spring and now being on the big league club now. But I also talked to Rivera and I said, who have you talked to major league wise to help with the disposition, with helping out, you know, coming off the bench, not playing every day? And he said he spoke with fellow Puerto Rican player Alex Cora, who also kind of started out his same career of coming off the bench a little bit, and it finally developed into a real nice long-term Major League Baseball player. So good, interesting storylines from Rivera as he tries to make it here on the big league club.
Well, and the reason why he was so highly touted going into spring training was what he did down in Double-A last year with Arcia over there in Biloxi, and now it's going to be important for Rivera to continue to show progress. I mean, learn from his opportunities out there on the field, and so far so good. Although it's early, you just got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, Carlos Subero, who is the Brewers' first base coach now, handles the infielders. He was the manager of that Double-A team. There's Carlos talking with Jonathan Villar. He managed that Biloxi team last year, and he talks about the Arcia Rivera combo at second base. He said that was as good of a keystone combo at any level, major or minor league. Yeah, they just might be reunited here in the big leagues one day. Here's a liner to right, and look at Santana. Runs it down with a sliding catch. Heck of a play to rob Aledmus Diaz of an extra base hit.
And the Brewers had him played perfectly. They had Santana shaded toward the line, and that's exactly where he hit it. I'll tell you, Diaz off to a good start. He looks good at the plate. Look at him. You see where Santana starts, and that ball, what, about 4 feet from the line? I mean, that's a double normally, but good positioning by the Brewers. Santana able to grab it.
2 up, 2 down. Now the pitcher, Mike Leake, always a threat at the plate. And he swings at the first pitch. Routine for Santana, and that will retire the side. Good work from Chase Anderson. Needed a quick inning. 3-1 Cardinals. The Brewers are coming up. We head to the 3rd inning from Busch.
Here at Busch Stadium, and the Brewers return home next Wednesday to begin their annual 5-county 5-day celebration, featuring half-price tickets for the Crew's interleague matchup with the Twins and the weekend showdown with the Phillies. You can reserve your spot today at brewers.com/5county.
Brewers looking forward to getting back to Miller Park. Got a lot of work to do on the road before that time, however. Wrap up the series tomorrow here in St. Louis, then go to Pittsburgh for the weekend, and then to Minnesota for a couple of games.
Minnesota is still looking for their first win of the year.
Well, that has been a rough
Minnesota and Atlanta.
Rough start for Paul Molitor's Twins. Santana leads off once again. He doubled his last time up to start the game.
Atlanta 0-7, and they're losing to the Nationals.
There's a swing and a miss. Leak strikes him out on 3 pitches.
That good two-seam fastball going under the hands of Domingo that time, and well, he's got good command both sides of the plate.
Leak was traded from the Reds to the Giants last year at the trade deadline. San Francisco, of course, did not make it into the postseason. They acquired Leak, hoping they'd have a chance not only to have him for a potential pennant chase, but also to sign him. And they weren't able to get that done. They ended up signing Johnny Cueto and Jeff Samardzija. And Mike Leake got a pretty similar deal to Samardzija. He got a 5-year, $80 million deal from the Cardinals. GENNETT right off the end of the bat. That'll be out number 2 for Mike Leake. So 2 up and 2 down. And here comes Ryan Braun. Bounced out on the left side of the infield his first time up, but his story throughout his career is the damage he does to the right side of the field. And Rock, since 2014, Ryan Braun is 4th in the major leagues in that category.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we talk about it all the time, the fact that he covers the outside corner so well, and a lot of times he'll hit those balls to right field like a left-handed pull hitter. He does it with power. He's able to use that right field line very well.
Right back up the middle. Leak knocks it down, recovers, and throws him out. This guy was an infielder in college, Mike Leake. He can pick it. And that was a terrific play defensively, taking a hit away from Ryan Braun.
As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, his second start as a Milwaukee Brewer, and at the top of the telecast we got to know Chase Anderson a little bit more his first year with the Brewers, and we've told this story in his first start last week. Want to share it again. You see him etching some initials into the mound. This is just before he takes the mound and pitches for the first time tonight. Those initials are RA for his father, Robert Anderson, who passed away in 2012. It was 2 years before Chase made his major league debut, and still to this day, before he comes to the ballpark, he puts on his dad's old gear. He puts on his socks, cowboy boots, belt buckle, and a pink polo shirt and his jeans, and wears them to the ballpark. So he's hanging on to that tradition as he enters his first full year with the Brewers right now. Good guy, boy. It's really good to get to know Chase Anderson, that's for sure.
No doubt. He's a high character individual for sure. This guy does a lot of work off the field. A lot of it is reported. A lot of it is not. Yeah. He's he and his wife huge into a lot of the charitable endeavors and trying to provide relief for the poor in all kinds of areas. He's a man of strong faith, and he's been a really welcome addition to this Brewers clubhouse. Fit right in right away.
Yeah, you like talking to him because he's one of those guys that will give you a firm handshake, look in the eye when you're talking to him, and it shows a lot of respect for the folks that he's around. And yeah, he is, as you mentioned, a high character guy, and honoring his dad. And all of us that have had success in life owe a lot to our parents, and it's good that he does that. Good that he can do that.
Chase and his wife Anna will certainly be investing in the Milwaukee community. Had a chance to talk to them this spring, and they're excited about the opportunity to come to Milwaukee. He's a Texas kid. He's from Wichita Falls, facing a TCU product in Matt Carpenter. Two and two the count. Carpenter, Hazelbaker, and Holiday, top of the St. Louis order. Cardinals got 3 unearned runs in the first. There was an error with 2 outs by Walsh at third that opened the door for St. Louis. They scored 3 runs on 3 hits in that inning.
Yeah, made a mistake with a couple of changeups, and it cost him.
And there is ball 4. Always one of the tougher at-bats in the big leagues, Matt Carpenter. And he is aboard to start the inning for Jeremy Hazelbaker.
Yeah, you don't see Matt Carpenter swing out of the strike zone too much. That 2-seam fastball just missing that edge, and Carpenter not going to bite.
Jeremy Hazelbaker. If you have not been tracking with us through first game of this series and the start of this one, Hazelbaker was a non-roster invitee to spring training by the Cardinals. Ended up making the team. He had some major league offers elsewhere, but felt a little bit of an allegiance to the Cardinals. 2 years ago, he was released by the Dodgers. The Cardinals signed him, gave him a chance, and he went to Double-A. He had success there and continued to have success at Triple-A. So when it came down to it, he liked this organization. There's a bunt. He runs well. Got to hurry. Anderson's throw is just in time to get him.
Boy, nice job by Anderson. I thought that was going to be a base hit. That young man can fly. Jeremy Hazelbaker getting down that line quickly. And he's pretty tall. Those long legs. He covers a lot of ground. That's a nice bunt. Chase Anderson, a tremendous play, getting him by half a step.
Close. Mike Matheny is asking his video crew to review this one. Yeah, looks like they got it. Certainly not enough evidence to overturn that.
Probably be a sacrifice bunt.
Carpenter does advance to second with 1 away, and Matt Holiday coming up. These two pitchers have both made excellent defensive plays already in this game.
Yeah, show me a ground ball pitcher that doesn't field his position well, right? I mean, that's kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, they end up with their body in good position. They have their shoulders pretty much square, and because of that, they're able to bounce off the mound to either side.
A late swing by Holiday. A ball and a strike. Holiday with a double in the first inning. Ripped one down the left field line. That was a 2-strike hit for Holiday.
2-strike fastball in off the plate and turn it around down that line.
Holiday's always been good with 2 strikes. Good in the clutch. Proven run producer all these years in the big leagues. Foul tip right into the middle. LUCROY for a strike. 1 and 2. Holiday says he wants to play until he's 40, if possible. And you figure he's got a chance to do that. It's one of the reasons why he wanted to move to first base. Just turned 36 in January. He's got 1 year left on his deal with the Cardinals next year. That's a team option. He had a couple of bad injuries last year. It's the same injury, but it happened twice. A torn quadriceps. Only had 229 at-bats. Played 73 games last year. And only 4 home runs.
Yeah. Home run numbers have been down for him. RBIs. Only 35 last year, 90 the year before.
One-two pitch. Lays off it. Count even to 2-2.
Well, Holiday, 36 years old. That's only 4 years. He could do it if he's over at first base, right?
Yeah, his age 36 season this season. So he's got a. He's going to play till his age 40 season. 5 seasons in the big leagues, and depending on contract. But I mean, I bet there are a lot of American League teams that are going to want his services if he cannot play in the field anymore with the designated hitter. 2-2 the count. Runner at second, Carpenter. GENNETT is over. Nice easy hop for him, and Holiday's out. Second out of the inning, and Carpenter moves up 90 feet. Hey, Brewers fans, if you can't watch the games on TV, you can now stream games live on your mobile device. Just go to your app store, download the free Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Brewers wherever you go. Two outs for Stephen Piscotty.
That was a pretty good pitch that time by Anderson. That cutter right on the outside corner.
Anderson trying to become more of a ground ball pitcher, adding that cut fastball. It's a fastball that is a little slower velocity than a regular fastball, and it moves down in the strike zone right at the last minute if it's thrown right.
Yeah, down and across. It doesn't have that slider spin on it where you can pick up that dot as it gets to home plate. All about finger pressure. And the changeup that he throws is really not a ground ball pitch all the time, more of a swing and miss and pop-up pitch. Hitters out in front. There's a good cutter. Maybe curveball, actually.
Came in at 77 miles an hour. I've heard pitchers talk about the cut fastball, and there are some organizations that won't allow their pitchers to throw the cutter because there are a lot of rewards when you first start throwing it. You have a lot of success with it, but there is a certain amount of tension on the hand, the forearm, the wrist, and that tension over time can really sap velocity. That's according to one philosophy. There's a fastball strike right on the edge. Some guys swear by it, though.
Yeah.
And it's changed careers.
And it has changed careers. Tell Mariano Rivera that, right?
Yeah, right. And Kyle Loesch.
Bunch of guys, right? It's a good pitch. I think everything that they throw takes a little bit out of their arm over time. Good changeup.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes on the change of pace. As Scotty strikes out. First punch out for Chase Anderson. Jonathan Lucroy will lead off. When we come back, we're headed for the fourth. 3-1 St. Louis. 1, all runs coming in the first inning tonight from Busch Stadium. Our Carsoup.com trivia, Rock. Who is the only Brewer pitcher to ever wear a jersey number lower than 10? You got Mike Leake wearing number 8 here tonight. And by the way, if you're looking for Cardinal pitcher number facts, because I know you are, as LUCROY leads on, you should see his face right now. There have been 5 Cardinal pitchers that have worn a single digit. Omar Olivares was the last. He wore 0.
But we're looking for Brewers, right?
I'm just saying. I mean,
I think I know the answer to this.
Single digit number pitcher.
Yeah. Does 0 count?
Yeah, it counts.
Double 0?
Sure.
Then I think I might have it. But he might not have been the last.
LUCROY in the left center, a base hit. So Jonathan LUCROY with a single. And his second hit of the game. Continues his good hitting against this pitcher, Mike Leake, despite the number. Leake used to wear a number in the 40s with the Reds. I think it was 41, wasn't it? But now he's wearing number 8, which was his number he wore at Arizona State. It does look strange to have a pitcher wear a single digit.
Yeah, it is, right.
I got to be honest. It's almost as strange as Ed Cedar wearing a single digit.
Number 6.
I used to always say there's too much back for that number. Too much surface area for the single number 6. Carter got jammed, knocked down by Holiday, recovers, and now he pitches to Mike Leake.
Why would he flip that baseball to Leake?
Just a routine 3-1 putout.
Just walk over there a couple of steps and tag the bag. Come on, Matt, you can smile. Have you ever seen him smile?
No.
No.
That's just he's in game mode.
Right here. Now look how close. Watch how close he is to first base. 1-2 steps. You don't have to do that.
And then he went to the bag. And look, we kid because we care. Good for him for wanting to try something new.
Hey, he's not used to it.
It's
right?
awkward. It's awkward. It's not an easy position. Colin Walsh, chance to drive in a run here.
Yeah, Craig Counsell in spring training is saying that he thinks that the defensive part of first base is really overlooked in baseball. You know, when you have a really good defensive first baseman, it's because he's like that anyway. There's not a big emphasis on it, according to Craig. A lot of times, and they're trying to change that a little bit in Milwaukee. They work very hard with Chris Carter. A number of different guys were working hard over there in spring training. An emphasis on fundamentals for Craig, and you know that error in the first inning really burns him up.
Walsh, little roller over to Holiday. He's there. Now he'll take it himself. He puts the tag on him. LUCROY does advance to third. That'll be the second out. Holiday decided he'd handle this one himself.
Eyes get real big when that ball starts heading to you when you're not used to being in the infield. You sit over there, you say, just don't hit it to me. Well, back to back. Holiday able to handle this one, went to the bag, said nope. Just tags him out. That ball finds you, doesn't it? When you're out of position, it finds you quickly.
Those who saw him all spring said he really played the position well. He looked comfortable over there. Had one miscue where he looked like he was out of sorts a little bit, but overall he said he handled it well enough to be considered in a regular season game at first base. That is an experiment that the Cardinals would love to see go well, by the way, especially the way their young outfielders are swinging the bat. You put Holiday back in left field, that means you got to make a decision between Grichuk and Hazelbaker and Piscotty, and all of them are excellent hitters. As Flores back up the middle, a base hit and an RBI for Ramon Flores. His second hit. He drives in LUCROY. It's a 2-out RBI single.
And one of the rare times that Mike Leake has been behind an account. He had a stretch where 16 of 18 pitches that he threw were strikes. Got behind Flores, and Flores was able to get a pitch to hit. A sinker that was trying to get away, and a 2-strike single for Ramon Flores, and the Brewers right back in it, down by a run. LUCROY taking off on contact with 2 outs.
So the Brewers have scored twice tonight with 2-out hits. LUCROY with a double in the first, drove in Santana. Now Flores plates LUCROY. 3-2 St. Louis. Here is Yadiel Rivera.
All that talk about first base and Matt Holliday. I think Matt Adams might have a different take on that whole thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he is the one who has been relegated to the bench right now. This gives them a big bat off the bench. Rivera bouncer to short, long throw, and it's up the line, safe at first. Rivera. So Diaz took his time getting rid of that ball. Rivera has pretty good speed, and he's able to beat it.
That'd be a base hit for Yadiel Rivera, and if nothing else, you clear Chase Anderson out of the batting order. He just couldn't get enough on it. I mean, a little bit of air under it, and it throws off the mark, and it will be an error. Error on the shortstop, pulling Holliday off the bag. Yeah, good throw, probably gets him at first.
Well, at the very least, it'll clear the pitcher spot. You see the E6 on the rookie Diaz, Aledmus Diaz. 2 on, 2 away. Anderson fouls it away. It's 0-2. And down he goes. Well, the error at least allows the Brewers to clear the pitcher spot. Flores drives in a run. 2-out RBI single. He's got a couple of hits tonight. All smiles. 3-2 Cardinals.
As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Busch. Hey, it's the Brewers and Twins at Miller Park next Wednesday and Thursday. Plus, as part of the 5-county 5-day celebration, tickets are 50% off. Reserve your spot at brewers.com. the border battle at Miller Park. Wednesday and Thursday.
There's a young Brewers fan, got his glove ready to go. But it's time for a snack. Hold my glove, Pops. He's got a skip in his step, Rob. Why wouldn't you?
Right.
At the ballpark.
Nice day at the ballpark, you know, a little cool, but hey, it's April.
Feels good. Temperature in the upper 50s now. Chase Anderson back to work. 3-2 at St. Louis. Brewers just got one on a Ramon Flores RBI single. Anderson's got Grichuk starting off, then Molina, and then Jed Jerko. Broken bat. Big bounce over to Walsh, and the long throw is a good one. It looks routine, but when you've had some throwing problems like Walsh, that's a good one to get in the memory bank.
Yeah, get that one out of the way. Megan got an easy hop to handle and a relatively easy throw over to first base. So, yeah, the first play didn't go so well for Colin, but able to make that play about as routine as it gets at third base.
Guy's got a lot of pressure on him. He's trying to stick in the big leagues. He didn't know where his career was headed after a AA season last year with the A's. He had been in AAA the year before. Yadier Molina had a single and an RBI last time up. He was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Braun threw him out. Ryan's been cutting down base runners this year.
He's always had an accurate arm, a relatively strong arm, very accurate, and gets rid of it quickly. He gets rid of it like an infielder.
I think he likes the move to left field. That's his preferable position. He's a good right fielder, but he feels most comfortable, he said, on the left side of the field. He grew up as a shortstop, then played third base. He's never really played on the right side of the field. The game, the angles and everything is just different over there. He played right field well,
yeah,
but he's just more comfortable at left.
Yeah, when Ryan first moved to the outfield, it seemed as though he was much better going to his right than he was to his left. Down the line in left, and a little bit more difficult in the gaps, but I think that it's kind of a thing of the past. He's pretty comfortable going in both directions out there in the outfield now. And throws on his long from left field, and Domingo Santana certainly has the bigger of the two throwing arms, so he's your more prototypical right fielder, the guy with the big arm out there.
Half swing, able to check it. That'll fill the count. 3-2. Yadier Molina is certainly a big question this year. He had the thumb surgery last year. He's actually had 2 surgeries on that thumb. He had another one in December. Tore ligaments in that thumb. In the left center field, hit well. Braun is over, and he's got it for the out. 2 gone.
We were talking about going into the gap, going to your left for Ryan Braun. Got a real good jump on that baseball, and they got hung up there. I don't think Molina hit it all that well. Sounded like it was down on the handle a bit. Braun able to make up ground, angles back, and makes it look easy out there in left.
So 2 men are out. Jerko, the batter. Cardinals started the year losing their first 3 games against the Pirates. And then they swept Atlanta, then won the first game of this series Monday. There was an early panic button here in St. Louis after they lost the first 3 games.
Yeah. Not used to that.
5 consecutive years in the postseason. 6 of the last 7. Mike Matheny set a major league record for a manager making it to the postseason in his first 4 seasons as manager. A wild card berth his first year, and then 3 straight division championships. Quite an impressive run.
Yeah. And he's had a lot to deal with. This might be his most challenging season.
I agree.
You know, in that, you know, some of his guys have been banged up a little bit. They've lost some plate pieces. John Lackey's gone. Jason Hayward's gone. Relying on some guys that really aren't big league proven and tested over time. Yeah, Piscotty and Grichuk have had 1 single good year, but we'll see if they're able to continue that success.
Jericho pops it up. And that's a long run in there for Santana, but he calls it. He's got it. And Chase Anderson, 3 up and 3 down. He's pitching well tonight in St. Louis. We go to the 5th.
Chase Anderson, the 3 unearned runs given up, and it's a 3-2 game right now. Cardinals lead the Brewers. The Brewers are asking students from across greater Milwaukee to create a commercial with a positive message designed to help strike out bullying. The winning entry will receive a grand prize, which includes a visit for Brewers players, as well as tickets, Brewers apparel, and transportation to a game at Miller Park. The contest will run through April 25th. For more details and to submit an entry, visit brewers.com/Beyond the Diamond. And Mike Leake back out on the hill, and you guys mentioned how athletic he was. Pat Murphy, his coach at Arizona State, his first 2 years in college, he did play him what seems like all over the infield and the outfield as well between his starts. But his junior year, he went 16-1 with a 1.71 and became the Reds' top pick.
And then made it straight to the big leagues.
Never played a day in the minor leagues. How about that?
One of those rare occasions where, now he did pitch in the Arizona Fall League, but he never pitched in a minor league season. He got drafted and then went to the big leagues as Santana strikes out. So Mike Leake now with 6 punch outs. It's the second time he's gotten Santana. Mike Leake was drafted in 09 that year. As Craig mentioned, the 8th pick. That was the year Steven Strasburg was the first overall pick. And then Leake was in the big leagues, in the rotation for the Reds in 2010 to start the season. He didn't sign till late in 09. He's been a good pitcher. He had some arm problems. Did bounce back here last year, however. lot of talk that he was going to sign with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think that probably would have been his preference when it started, but then the Diamondbacks made a trade for Shelby Miller and then signed Zach Greinke, so that closed the door on the rotation there in Arizona. And a door was open here in St. Louis. Lance Lynn with Tommy John surgery. Got a nice contract out of it.
A guy that really does pound the strike zone. 16 of 20 batters, he's been able to get first pitch strikes. It's a good way to get it, work ahead in the count. Not overpowering. It's a lot of ground balls. Fields his position.
One-two pitch and a little bit away. Mike's dad suffered a terrible accident this offseason. His dad Chris fell off a roof in August, and he's been in a wheelchair. As GENNETT strikes out, back-to-back Ks, now make it 3 in a row across 2 innings for Leake. But those circumstances with Mike Leake and his father being injured in Arizona, that's why it was discussed that he would end up as a Diamondback. But he's very happy here in St. Louis. We certainly wish his father the best, and hopefully there's a recovery for him. We chronicled the Chase Anderson story with his father. These are two pitchers that are pitching for their dads every night.
Well, how many players out there in the big leagues have done it alone, right? It's either parents or friends or an uncle or somebody that's helped them along the way, and it's good that they recognize that and stay close.
A pair of 28-year-olds. Leake in a 2-0 count to Braun. 2 outs here. Yeah, he's firing strikes.
Yeah, that cutter just hung right up in Brawny's eyes. You know, that's not his pitch. That pitch in the inner half. He's looking away. Just let it go.
Leake is known as a ground ball pitcher, but he's racking up the strikeouts tonight. Sitting on 3 in a row, 7 overall. And Braun on the ground, backhanded at third by Carpenter. Long throw up the line, gets away now and into the St. Louis dugout. And Braun will get second base.
I would imagine that's going to be a hit in an error. A base hit and an E5, allowing Brawny to get the second. That was a nice pickup by Carpenter. Nice backhand play, and he knew he had to be quick with the throw. This is a heck of a catch. Able to keep it in his glove. Not able to get much on it, but it's got to be a hit and an error.
Infield single and an E5 to get him to second.
Yeah, really no chance, even if that throws on the money.
Now the Brewers will have a chance here. Tying run at second base. Jonathan Lucroy, who has 2 hits. Chance to drive him in, back up the middle, and a base hit. And here comes Braun. He will score. Jonathan Lucroy does it again. We are tied at 3 as Lucroy with his 3rd hit. And it's another 2-out RBI hit for Lucroy tonight.
I was just getting ready to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Leake tries to be a little careful with Lucroy. Yeah, Luke's had great success against them, and lo and behold, in the first pitch, able to tie it up. That fastball didn't get in, and right back through the middle, so the Brewers able to tie it up. That's their 7th hit against Mike Leake. So hitting in there and a base hit, the Brewers able to push across a run.
Now Chris Carter 0 for 2 with Lucroy first. Well, those 2-out RBI hits, those are a gut punch to the opponent. Brewers have had 3 of them. LUCROY, Flores, and now LUCROY again. Carter, right field, hit well. Piscotty going back at the wall, leaps up, it's off the wall. Piscotty's got a great arm. LUCROY's going to try to score, and the throw comes in late. LUCROY's in. Chris Carter with an RBI double, and the Brewers take a 4-3 lead.
Chris Carter just so strong. He just muscles that one out there, and right at the top of the wall out there in right field. The Brewers not messing around. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs, nobody on, single error, single double, and the Brewers take the lead. Piscotty didn't really come all that close. As you mentioned, he's got a terrific throwing arm and made it relatively interesting at home plate.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
From the wall. So back-to-back 2-out run-producing hits. Carter now at second. He's got 7 runs batted in now for the season. And let's see if Colin Walsh can deliver him. Brewers lead 4-3. Colin is still looking for his first major league hit. Now 0 for 7 at the plate. And he gets sawed off. Jerko's got it, and that will retire the side. Good inning for the Brewers. It was a throwing error, opened the door a little bit, and LUCROY and Carter cash it in. Brewers lead. On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Hupy and Abraham. 1-800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business. A reminder, you can watch the Brewers on the go. Stop by the Fox Sports Go booth outside Section 105 at Miller Park on Wednesday, April 20th, when the Brewers take on the Twins. Download the Fox Sports Go app, get a free cinch bag or a Brewer schedule poster. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com. Click on the upcoming events tab for details. Aledmys Diaz will lead off for St. Louis. Chase Anderson now pitching with a lead as the Brewers score twice in the 5th. 4-3 Milwaukee. You got 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Redbirds. Diaz lined out in the 2nd inning. It went sharply to right. It was a sliding catch down the line by Santana in right field. Changeup, or rather the cutter had him out in front a little bit.
I just love the way both of these pitchers, attack the strike zone. They don't mess around too much. Neither one of them, have that electric pitch, that big fastball, or the devastating slider. They just mix it up and shoot the ball in and out. Continue to throw strikes. Anderson with just 1 walk tonight. And Mike Leake does not have a walk.
Ground ball right to GENNETT. Tough hop for him, but he makes a play for out number 1.
Yeah, notice Anderson first. He started to go after that baseball, but realized where GENNETT was playing. He knew it was shaded up the middle. Just let it go. It's good awareness of where your defense is.
That was the next wave after the extreme shifting, was the pitchers figuring out where the position players are. Still, instincts take over at times.
Yeah, so you throw the glove up there, knock it down. It's going to be a base hit, right?
Yeah, we saw that happen to Jimmy Nelson last week. 1 away. Mike Leake, the batter. He looks like a hitter, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a career .212 hitter. Not too bad.
They hit .219 last year. Zach Greinke had the highest batting average of those who qualified for pitchers. For a pitcher hitting over 200, 200's basically 300 for a position player. So you hit .219, you're doing something. You become a threat, and you usually get the opposing pitcher's attention.
Which means you get a few breaking balls. They don't just throw fastballs down the middle.
2-2 on the way, and Anderson misses. Full count. Got him. Fastball in there. Strikeout for Anderson. That is his second. 2 outs in the 5th. Back to our Carsoon.com trivia. Who is the only Brewers pitcher to ever wear a jersey number lower than 10?
Curtis Liskanek. Yep. 00. Jeff Leonard's number.
1 flat down.
Yeah.
I remember Liskanek wearing 00. It's not a number they just hand out regularly.
Franklin Stubbs wore 0.
Not 2 zeros, just 1 0.
Just 1.
Okay. Any other zeros in Brewers history?
That's it.
Just those 2.
According to the Ken Spindler media guide.
Okay. It's a good one.
It is.
Must reading. Carpenter's gone with the unlucky number 13. Hasn't seemed to hold him back in his career. 2-0 to Carpenter. There's a strike.
Other than 0 and 00, what number do you think has been worn least of all with the Brewers? It's a pretty easy one, actually.
13? No. Because it's unlucky?
Come on.
How about 19?
Yeah, that's it. Right. 3 guys.
Well, mostly because it was retired.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I got you. Robin Yount.
Kind of an easy one.
Robin Yount, the last to wear it. Bob Berta and Rick Auerbach sported number 19 before the kid. Hope Robin's recovering well. He had a kind of a bad hand injury, had surgery. We're thinking about him.
Yeah. We didn't even see him in spring training this year.
Usually comes out. So I hope his recovery and rehab is going well. sure it is. He's a tough guy. A swing and a miss. Carpenter strikes out, and Chase Anderson, 3 up and 3 down, back-to-back punch-outs. That's his best inning yet. He is through 5 with the lead. Brewers by 1.
Head to the 6th inning, and the Brewers have a 4-3 lead here at Busch Stadium, and tonight's tavern of the game winner is Tom and Bev's in Merrill. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow, they get tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Ramon Flores leads off for Milwaukee. Drove in a run his last time up. RBI single. He's 2 for 2 today. League working quickly, misses down and in, and Flores puts the count in his favor. Getting a start in center field tonight. One of those rare players that can play center field and first base.
Yeah. Now I got to go back to the number thing because they kind of jumped on me in the chart.
Oh, I see. There's been a few corrections.
Yeah, there's only one, 2 56s and 195 and things like that. We're talking about, numbers. I'd say
prominent numbers.
55 and below. How about that? Okay.
As Flores draws the walk.
Brent Reelin, I barely had it out of my mouth, and he scolded me.
Well, he's just looking after you before Twitter gets involved.
We're talking about the numbers that are more common.
Yeah,
right.
I understand. I'm with you, partner. Always. I got your back.
Okay.
No matter what Brent thinks of you, I think you're a fantastic human being. Flores is on for Yadiel Rivera. Tonight's game produced by Brent Reeland, directed by Renardo Lowe. Dave Trout in the truck doing whatever he does. Lisa Rodriguez. All the replays.
Just like at home. Just like home, right?
Runner takes off. Hit and run was on, and Rivera fouls it away. Brewers will have a day game here tomorrow, and then it's off to Pittsburgh. We're going to see our old buddy Joe Block in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's right. You think then he'll finally buy us lunch?
Well, he's in his first year again, so he might be applying the first year no pay theory.
Scholarship.
Jeff Levering is still on that scholarship plan, even though it's his second year. Not sure how that works. Ground ball up the middle, ranging over Diaz to second for one. They turn it for a double play. wipes out a leadoff walk. 6-4-3 on a double play for 2 outs.
Well, the old equalizer. A couple of hops over to Diaz and pretty easy double play, getting Rivera by a step. Ground ball pitchers race the walk on a ground ball.
Chase Anderson now. His third at bat. Out to Diaz. He'll backhand it. And a low throw. Holiday's got it, and that will retire the side. Clean inning for Mike Leake. Face 3 batters. Brewers lead it 4-3.
Up 4-3 over the Cardinals. A quick trip down on the farm, and last night for Biloxi catcher Jacob Nottingham, bottom of the 13th, a long home run, and the Shuckers win that game. Boy, he's having a great start to the season at AA. On the AAA side, Zach Davies, his numbers in his first 2 starts for Colorado Springs, his ERA at 2. No official word from Craig Counsell and the Brewers, but he is expected to be called up in time to make a start on Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh, as the Brewers are going to need a 5th starter. You guys have been talking about it all night. The real season starts now, as Craig Counsell said, because these games are all starting to pile up game or night after night.
Yeah, Brewers are in the middle of 12 in a row, and then a day off, and then they'll play 20 straight. Aaron Hill will take over at third base. Colin Walsh is out. The Brewers lead, bottom 6. Chase Anderson back on the mound. And he will face Jeremy Hazelbaker to start it. This will be a key trip through the batting order for Anderson, and he starts Hazelbaker with a curveball for a strike. You got Hazelbaker, Holiday, and Piscotty. Third time through the batting order, and the heart of that St. Louis batting order. Chase Anderson has not given up a hit since the Molina single in the first. All 3 of those first inning runs were unearned. In the air to right. Santana's got a long way to go toward the line. GENNETT is there as well, and it bounces off his glove. That's going to be a double for Hazelbaker.
Somebody's got to catch that. Well, that ball was in the air a long time, and not sure what happened, but that's got to be an out. Well, that's a gift double right there for Hazelbaker. Give Santana. It takes him a while. It's kind of a banana route. And just not able to get there. leadoff double. That's a shame. That should have been an out.
Yeah, the Brewers have not played well defensively here tonight. And it is a leadoff double, the tying run at second base, with Matt Holliday coming up.
Yeah, these are just the mistakes you just can't make. I mean, that's got to be an out. That was up in the air a long ways. A long time. Plenty of time for somebody to get under it. Well, it ends up being a double, and nobody out. The tough part of this lineup coming up.
Carlos Torres getting loose for the Brewers. Anderson had retired 12 out of 13 before that double from Hazelbaker. Holliday in the air. It's going to end up in the seats. 0-2 the count on Holliday. Brewers took the lead with 2 in the 5th. Had an early lead tonight, scored a run in the first inning. All 4 runs from Milwaukee have come with 2-out hits. LUCROY's done it twice. Chris Carter and Ramon Flores have delivered with 2 outs. It was 1-0 and then it was 3-1 after 1 as St. Louis scored those 3 unearned runs. Brewers got 1 back in the 4th and then scored twice in the 5th to take the lead. That's where we sit here in the 6th.
Got to stay active in the middle of that infield to keep these guys close. Hazelbaker with great speed. He's trying to keep him close enough on a base hit he might not be able to score.
Anderson could use a strikeout here. 0-2 and he just missed. He's looking for the corner with a fastball.
They're playing Holliday on the infield like he's a lefty. Not expecting him to pull the baseball. There's an awful lot of room over there towards short. That's not a shift that you see a lot of.
Shallow right field. Santana got a late break. Oh, what a catch by GENNETT. Over the shoulder play. Man, oh man, that was something special by Scooter GENNETT.
Boy, he got a great jump on that baseball. You know, one false move there and he's not going to be able to get there. Took a perfect angle right away. Back to the infield and over the shoulder, able to haul it in. Santana's not going to be able to get there. That's a nice play by Scooter GENNETT. And he's able to keep Hazelbaker in second.
So amazing about that play. He took his eye off the ball for a moment to check on Santana and then looked up at the last minute and hauls it in. That is a great play by Scooter GENNETT. And a big out for Anderson. First out of the inning. Now Piscotty. Domingo Santana in right field runs well and he has a very good arm, but he plays extremely deep.
Yeah, he does. That's why he wasn't able to get to that double and why he wasn't able to get even close to that little flare off the bat of Holliday.
It's not going to be as much of an issue at Miller Park because of the short porch in right. There's not near the ground to cover at Miller Park that there is here.
A lot more balls land in front of you than over your head in the outfield, but that's one of those stigmas guys got to get used to. Playing shallow, some never do. They just don't want a ball hit over their head, so they play deep.
No balls and a strike on Piscotty. Hazelbaker at second. He represents the tying run. Count evens at a ball and a strike. The Cardinals minor league player of the year last year, Piscotty, and then he came to the big leagues and lit the world on fire and ended up as their most clutch hitter in the postseason against the Cubs. Hazelbaker goes, throw to third, on the mark, the tag, out at third. Hazelbaker is cut down on a perfect strike from Lucroy for the second out.
No, Hazelbaker's going to stay there. I think Matheny wants to take a look at it, see if he got the foot in. Risky business stealing third base. And Matheny said, yep, you're out. Come on in here, kid. Let's have a talk. Already in scoring position. You got your 4-5 hitters coming up, and you can run like the wind, and it might not be a good idea to run in that spot. And Lucroy able to get him. Big out.
So now 2 outs, bases empty. Anderson back in the windup. And a 2-1 count on Piscotty. To 3-1 it goes. It's probably one of those moments where you have to know you can make it.
Yeah, with the guys coming up, 4-5 in the order. Yes, sir.
Piscotty had one to hit. He fouls it back. 3-2.
You always want to try and get into third base with less than 2 outs, but you better make sure you're going to make it. I mean, you got to get a good jump. Lucroy's throw right on the money, and Aaron Hill able to apply the tag. That's a big out.
Let's see if Anderson can get through 6. Probably going to be his last inning. And the payoff pitch. Piscotty lays off. A 2-out walk. You know, maybe without the caught stealing, that's Anderson's last hitter, but Counsell and his pitching coach Derek Johnson are going to let it ride. Changes the complexion of the inning a great deal, that play at third. So Randall Grichuk with a runner at first. Gets ahead of him. Brewers put a shift on with 3 infielders on the left side for Grichuk.
And just the opposite of what they were doing on Matt Holliday, which is unusual. That's normally what you're going to see with a right-handed batter up.
I don't know. I have not seen the data yet, but I'm pretty sure no one is shifting more than the Brewers right now.
And you know what we've seen this year? They shift based on whether there's 2 strikes or not. Guys are moving around with 2-strike count.
Those 2 are in charge of positioning the fielders. SUBERO standing on the rail. He has the infielders, and Ed Cedar with that great profile. He has the outfielders. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first. In there. Strike 2.
Dropping the curveball on a hitter's count. Good pitch. Be careful here. Grichuk got a changeup on a full count in the first inning.
He delivered a 2-run double. It broke his bat, but he dropped it into left field. Matter of fact, he's had 2 at-bats, and he's broken his bat twice. The 1-2. And down he goes. Chase Anderson punches him out. Caught him guessing. A strikeout for Anderson. Boy, a couple of beautiful plays. First, Scooter Gennett over the shoulder, one of the best of the season. And then Lucroy guns down Hazelbaker. The punch out to end it. Brewers still lead. In St. Louis, the Brewers lead 4-3. Chase Anderson looks like he might be done for the night. Impressive outing if in fact he is finished. Sitting near 100 pitches, and he finishes with a strikeout of Randall Grichuk. 4 punch-outs for Anderson, a couple of walks.
Yeah, another good outing for him. He has yet to give up an earned run this year in 11 innings of work.
And he's chatting with the hitting coach. Maybe going to work on a few things with his offense. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Sung-Won Oh.
Yep, already in his 5th game this year, and you see his numbers. Has not allowed an earned run. 4 walks, 8 punch outs.
Facing Domingo Santana. Oh was a big-time closer in Japan. His contract ran out. Said he wanted to see how he'd fare in the best league in baseball, the major leagues, and so he decided to sign with the St. Louis Cardinals. Could be quite a steal for the Cardinals if he pans out. Yadier Molina a little shaken up. They'll give him a little time. Molina had a pass ball tonight. Look at that. Hit his bare hand. He's trying to protect it, but it went between the legs and off his right hand. Man, that's got to sting.
That's why it's so difficult to have big offensive years behind home plate. Those things, I mean, those things not only affect you throwing the baseball, but gripping a bat. You get those things all the time to all parts of your body, and that's why you get nicked up. You hardly ever feel 100%. It's amazing what he's been able to do over the course of his career.
Last year only had 4 pass balls the entire season. Just had one earlier tonight. On the ground to Jerko. And Santana is retired. He's 1 for 4 tonight. It's interesting that Santana has led off all 4 times at bat here this evening. Here comes Scooter Gennett. Base is empty and 1 away. Gennett at the top of our home run leaderboard. He's actually tied with Chris Carter, but we don't have it configured that way. So you give it to the first to 3, and that is Gennett. Or whoever happens to be batting at that particular time. Carter is the RBI leader for the Brewers with 7. Gennett, despite the 3 homers, has just 3 runs batted in. They've been solo shots. Boy, he just made one of the best catches he's had as a member of the Brewers. Over the shoulder.
He got a good jump on it and just able to make the catch in the webbing.
Completely changed that inning.
Slider from O. Throws about 94 miles an hour. He's got some pretty good movement, does O, on his fastball.
He had one of the great nicknames over in Japan. I don't know if it's carried over to Major League Baseball, but his nickname was the Final Boss. The Final Boss is the kind of nickname you get when you're a star closer in the Japanese leagues.
That 80 saves in between 14 and 15 over Japan.
High fly ball right field, but not here on a cool night. Piscotti on the track makes a play. Gennett is over 4.
Hey, you can save big on tickets when you bring your group of 25 or more to Miller Park this year. Group packages are on sale now, starting as low as just $6 per ticket. Start planning your 2016 group outing to Miller Park. Go to brewers.com/groups.
Here's Ryan Braun now with 2 away. a swing and a miss for strike one. Probably tough for these hitters to get a read on O. First time they've seen him. O was a star in Korea before he went to Japan the last couple of years. Played in the KBO. That league has just gotten better and better, and now producing major league talent. Wow, that was impressive. So O retires the Brewers in order with a strikeout of Ryan Braun. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. Busch Stadium on a Wednesday night. Second game of this three-game series, Brewers Cardinals. And the Brewers lead it 4-3, scored twice in the fifth. Chase Anderson is out. He's got a chance to win. And it'll be Tyler Thornburg to work the seventh.
Yeah, Tyler's been very good out of that bullpen. It's usually been Thornburg, Blazek, Jeffress to finish it out for Milwaukee. Thornburg's been terrific. Yeah, good fastball. He's been throwing his curveball for strikes. Changeup's been good. And last pitched on Sunday against the Astros at Miller Park and put up a scoreless inning.
Battle of the bullpens now. It's probably the last inning for Mike Leake as well, who goes 7 tonight, giving up 4 runs. At this moment on the hook for the loss. Still could win this game, but Thornburg trying to keep it at 4-3, get the Brewers back to the dugout. Molina and then Jerko and then Diaz. 6, 7, and 8 in the St. Louis batting order. You just wonder, after taking a shot to the hand on a foul ball while Molina was catching, you got to wonder how he's feeling right now with a bat in his hands.
Yeah, the one thing that he does that helps in that regard, he kept his hand really loose. It's more of a glancing blow as opposed to keeping your hand in a fist. That's how you break fingers. But not the first time it's ever happened, not the last for Molina. It's a nice contrast for Craig Counsell. There you go from Anderson, you know, the changeup, the low 90s fastball to Tyler Thornburg with the 95-96.
Boy, he didn't miss by much. That was 96 that just missed. His velocity is back. Had some arm problems that it was thought he might have to have surgery. Went back to it. Slow roller. Third base. Hill. He's got time. And the throw is in time to get Molina.
They don't have to rush it with Molina getting down the line. Aaron Hill coming in for defense last inning. You know with Molina running that you don't have to hurry. Two-handed and get a good throw to first. A little help from Chris Carter on that throw.
Nice to have a 6'4" first baseman over there. One away. Here's Jerko. Strike one from Thornburg. And there's that pitch on the corner again. Thornburg has found that spot out there. Had ligament damage in his right elbow, and it was close to a decision to go to surgery, but they decided to rehab it. Thornburg really didn't want to have surgery, and the doctors were not excited about going through surgery as well, so they tried to rehab it, rest and rehab, and the PRP, the plasma replacement therapy, and it worked.
So far so good, right?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Built up the muscles around it to try to protect that ligament. And down goes Jerko. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Thornburg strikes out Jerko for the second out of the inning.
That first fastball he threw to him. Curveball, changeup, curveball, fastball in the outside corner to strike him out. Here it comes, 96 on the corner. It's not just the velocity. Look at the location of that pitch.
And there's strike one to Diaz. Well, if it all goes Counsell's way, as Diaz into right, Santana is there. They got Thornburg, Blazek, and then Jeffress. Can the Brewers get to the finish line as we go to the 8th? Brewers up a run. As we go to the 8th inning from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, and Jonathan LUCROY ready to lead off at the plate, presented by Blaze Pizza tonight. LUCROY 3 for 3, had a double in the first inning. This was with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the first inning, and it delivered the first run of the game. Santana scored, and then LUCROY up the middle for a base hit in the 4th, and then this one was a 2-out RBI single in the 5th. Scored Ryan Braun. All 4 of the runs for the Brewers have come with 2-out hits, and the Brewers lead by a run. New pitcher for St. Louis Rockies, Kevin Seagrass. Excellent left-hander on the mound for Matheny.
Yeah, hard thrower, 6'5", 230 pounds, out of Buffalo, New York. This guy was a 41st rounder. You know, back in 2008. I mean, so he was a diamond in the rough. 4th appearance for Segrist, a 1-0 record. You see the opponent batting average at 100, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. And Segrist last year 7-1 out of the bullpen and led all of baseball with 81 appearances.
Durable, reliable strike thrower. He'll have LUCROY, Carter, and then Aaron Hill coming up. Good outing tonight from Chase Anderson. Still has yet to allow an earned run this season. 3 runs scored tonight, all of them unearned. He went 6. Got a chance to win back-to-back starts to begin his Brewers career.
And Tyler Thornburg making it look easy out there in the mound.
Thornburg just blew right through the Cardinal batting order. Molina, Jerko, and Diaz. Thornburg is not allowed a run in his first 4 innings this year. Tell you, you look at the Brewers bullpen right now, there are 2 injuries. Will Smith, who was going to share the closing duties with Jeremy Jeffress, and Jeffress taking over that closer's role, saving 3 games. Corey Knebel's out with an oblique injury. But you put those 2 pieces back in there, and the way Thornburg and Blazek and Jeffress are throwing the ball, that is a pretty salty late inning relief corps for Milwaukee.
The guys are doing well. Craig Count's very happy with his bullpen. He said when those 2 guys were hurt in spring training, said somebody's going to have to step up. I think just about every one of them has.
Big swing by LUCROY. Down he goes on strikes.
A little hard cut in on the hands of LUCROY that time.
And here comes Chris Carter. Take it back to Monday. Carter with his 3rd home run of the season. High towering fly ball that ended up in the bleachers in right center, joining Scooter GENNETT at the top of the home run leaderboard.
Nice easy swing.
Carter has such great power to the opposite field. He doubled off the wall in the 5th inning. Scored Jonathan LUCROY from first. That was a 2-out RBI double for Carter. Gives him 7 runs batted in, and that leads the club right now. Changeup from Segrist.
Yeah, everybody's throwing them, aren't they? It's a good pitch.
Segrist racked up a ton of strikeouts last year. He averaged nearly 11 strikeouts per 9 innings a season ago. But he will give up some walks. About 4 walks per 9. And a wave and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kevin Segrist. Aaron Hill now batting for the first time. Came in defensively 2 innings ago for Walsh. He's already made a nice play defensively on Molina. First at bat for him. Hill has 3 hits on the season. 3 for 23. He did drive in a couple of runs against the Astros. His first 2 RBIs. In the air to center. Shallow. Back in the grass is Jerko. He'll call it. And he's got it 2 in the inning. Segrist impressive. 3 up, 3 down with a couple of Ks. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Blazek coming on. The 8th, Craig Counsell talking strategy with his coaching staff. 4-3 Milwaukee. Blazek is on. Michael Blazek will have the 8th for the Brew Crew after a successful 7th turned in by Tyler Thornburg.
And another guy that's throwing the baseball well. Slider's been his pitch so far in the early going. Last pitched on Sunday against the Astros and put up a scoreless 8th inning. Had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out and was able to get out of it. So a big outing for Blazek. He's got the 9-hitter and then the top of the order for the Cardinals.
Brandon Moss, big power hitter. Off the bench for Matheny. Brewers took the lead with 2 in the 5th. Chase Anderson pitched well. Now Blazek is in to try to carry it on here. Brewers have doubled up the Cardinals in the hit column, 8-4. And St. Louis has actually made 2 errors. The Brewers have 1 error, but a couple of misplays as well. High drive, right center field, way back. Goodbye. Home run, Brandon Moss on a hanging breaking ball. This game is all tied.
And just like that. That's why they have him on the bench. Boy, an 0-2 hanger. Now you hate to see that. Could have gone a lot of different ways, but he hung a slider and knocked it out of here and tied it up. There it is, right in the wheelhouse of Brandon Moss and out of here by plenty in the gap in right center. On an 0-2 pitch.
Now Carpenter, strike 1. Drops a bunt down. LUCROY's got it. Out number 1. Blazek had been flawless until that home run by Moss. Not only had Blazek not allowed a run, he had not allowed a hit. First 10 batters he faced.
And he hadn't made any mistakes with his slider coming in. He said his slider's been his pitch. And he threw some nasty ones on Sunday.
Ground ball. Rivera winds it up in time for the out. Hazelbaker is retired. He makes a difficult play look easy.
And went with the backhand to get himself in position to throw, and he's got a plus arm over there at shortstop. Well, you backhanded to get yourself in position because of the speed of Hazelbaker, and they get him by 2 steps.
Two outs. Here's Holiday. Little tapper. Blazek. And that will retire the side. Well, a pinch hit, game-tying home run by Brandon Moss. 4-4 game to the 9th we go. hit homer in the bottom of the 8th. And now we go to the 9th. Brewers needing a run. Hey, a reminder, Sunday, NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing heads to Bristol. Starts at 11:30 a.m. Central, and it's only on Fox, or you can watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Moss, who hit the homer, will stay in to play first. Matheny has removed Matt Holliday from the game, just made the last out. And with a tie at home in the 9th, he goes with his closer, Trevor Rosenthal.
Yeah, Rosenthal 2 for 2 so far this year. Appearance number 4. Back-to-back years for Rosenthal, 40-plus saves. Last year, 48 saves. A .210 earned run average and 68 appearances a year ago.
First man up, Ramon Flores. He's had a good night at the plate tonight. Flores has been on all 3 times at the plate, 2 hits and a walk, and his hit in the 4th came with 2 outs, and it drove in a run. That scored LUCROY in that inning. Brewers are at the bottom of their order.
Yeah, doesn't mess around. He's got the big fastball, good changeup. Mid to upper 90s for Rosenthal.
All-star closer for the Cardinals, and a strike on the edge. 2-2. Rosenthal's from this area. He's from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Cardinal country here. Made the All-Star team for the first time last year. Took over the closer's duties in 14. And as Rock mentioned, those back-to-back seasons of at least 45 saves. 48 saves last year.
Yeah, a lot more strikeouts and innings pitched. 83 punch-outs of Rosenthal in 68 innings.
Flores hanging tough. Able to fight that one off.
Change up that time, down in his zone.
Two and 2 to Ramon Flores. Outside, ball 3. Brewers trying to put a run on the board, take the lead here, give the ball to Jeremy Jeffress to try to save this one.
Yeah, he's getting loose in that bullpen.
Just talking to Craig Counsell this spring, I feel like that's going to be his move. He's all about use your best and survive. Don't save your closer on the road until you have a lead.
Yeah, a lot of guys. Yep.
There's a called strike 3. Flores down on strikes. He didn't like that call. A ring up by Vic Carapazza.
That was a good battle. A 10-pitch at bat. Rosenthal able to get him right on the inside corner. Yep.
It's a good pitch.
And most managers are going to get their closer up in a tie game in the 9th on the road and have somebody else in case your team doesn't score. But you know, Jeffress is the only guy down there getting loose.
A strike to Rivera. Yadiel is 0 for 3 tonight. Three for 13 on the season now. And he's down 0-2. Pitcher spot due up next. Rosenthal in there at the bottom of the order. Kirk Neuenhuis will pinch hit, it looks like. Close.
That best fastball that time, 98.
Just missed. Home plate umpire has a great strike zone tonight. Vic Carapazza. Another one just missed.
Yeah, just missed the top of the zone. One before just missed the outside corner.
Well, he's worked it full now, Rivera. Rosenthal had saves in his last 2 outings. Both of those games were in Atlanta. Had a 30-pitch inning in the 3rd save against the Braves. Matheny brought him in a tight game in the 8th with 2 outs. He got through that inning. The Cardinals had a lead, and then the Cardinals busted it wide open in the top of the 9th, and Matheny rolled him back out. And there was a lot of controversy over that move. A lot of discussion about early in the season sending a closer out. Hit hard, but right at Jerko, and out number 2.
Hey, mark your calendars for this season's All-Fan Sunday giveaways, which includes a Ryan Braun home run leader bobblehead, a Greg Vaughn 90s themed bobblehead, a Bob Uecker talking alarm clock, and more. To see the complete 2016 giveaway schedule, go to brewers.com/promotions.
2 outs, nobody on, and here is Kurt Neuenhuis pinch hitting for the Brewers. Neuenhuis has homered this season with a line drive rocket over the fence in right in Miller Park. Neuenhuis is 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
And not really a home run hitter. He's a big guy, but doesn't hit a lot of home runs.
Rosenthal pouring him in. 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, carving up that outside corner too.
Cardinals put a shift on with 2 strikes on Neuenhuis.
Something new every year, isn't it?
And 99 with that one. Just missed. 2-2 to Neuenhuis. They sent Carpenter over there on the right side with 2 strikes. Now that there is no chance of a bunt, everything is away to Neuenhuis. And another full count. 3 batters, 3 full counts.
He does rack up the pitch counts in just about every one of his saves. But more times than not, he gets the job done.
So it's full with 2 outs. And it's ball 4. Neuenhuis draws a pinch hit walk. The go-ahead run is on. And back to the top of the order for the Brewers, Domingo Santana.
Looked like he went with a changeup on a 3-2 count. Interesting pitch.
That'll give Santana a shot here. Domingo has great power, especially to the opposite field. Still looking for his first home run of the season. Most feel Santana is a guy that'll hit 20 to 25 home runs in a major league season. A strike. Back to an off-speed pitch. All tied at 4. Brandon Moss homered in the 8th. A pinch hit home run to tie it. Santana deep into center field. That is way back. Goodbye. A home run. Domingo Santana with his first home run of the season. It's a 2-run blast.
What a monster shot that was. That ball was out of here by plenty. Boy, strong. Domingo Santana gives the Brewers a 2-run lead on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Santana takes it out of here, and the Brewers now with a 2-run lead. Check this out. Yep, he can handle a fastball for sure.
Santana launches one. opposite field. Booming home run halfway up the bleachers. A 2-out bomb all set up by the Neuenhuis walk.
Right down the middle at 98 miles an hour, and look at Santana barrel that one up, and there's no chance that's staying in the ballpark even on a cool night here in St. Louis. Way back in center.
Usually only the left-handed hitters go up in that part of the ballpark.
Yeah. Got some strong hitters in that Brewers lineup. Just a matter of being able to barrel them up. Braun, Chris Carter, Santana. No ballpark's going to be able to hold them.
Well, a lightning strike. With 2 outs, the Brewers score 2 more runs. All 6 runs have come with 2 outs here tonight.
Yeah, we thought that was an interesting pitch to Neuenhuis, didn't we? I mean, that 3-2 changeup. He laid off of it, and 2 pitches later, Santana knocks one out of here.
Another full count for Rosenthal. Look at that pitch count, Rock. It's 30 now.
It's kind of normal for him.
Matheny does have activity in his bullpen. Seth Maness loosening. Probably his last hitter. And GENNETT fights it off foul. You got Braun coming up next.
A white knuckle closer for sure.
Look out. Tell you, if I'm Ryan Braun, I'm heading back into the dugout right here. Because GENNETT's got the Nori Aoki emergency hat going, and he's almost wiped him out twice.
Yeah, just trying to stay alive, right?
He's right there. Line of fire. It's supposed to be a safe place. And now GENNETT draws the walk. Well, you got to give the Brewers credit here. Even the 2 outs, Flores and Rivera, they both worked the count, and Matheny's going to be forced to go to his bullpen. So Rosenthal gives up a 2-run homer, 2 walks, and that Santana clout. And Maness is coming in. Pitching change here at Busch. That Brewers bench is up right now. Brewers get a 2-run home run from Domingo Santana off Trevor Rosenthal, and they lead it now 6-4. They have forced Matheny to make a pitching change. Seth Maness is in for St. Louis, his 5th appearance, and he's got a man at first and Ryan Braun coming up.
Yeah, sinker ball getting hit around a little bit. A 736 earned run average so far this year. How about a little insurance here? How about Brawny go yard?
Braun takes a strike. Ryan's hit 1 home run this year. Came to center field, deep right center, as a matter of fact, at Miller Park. Just about the spot where Santana just hit one. And most of the home runs the Brewers have hit, at least the right-handed batters, have been to that right center field area.
There haven't been too many pulled, have there? You really haven't. I know VR hit one down the line.
You usually get one or two guys in a lineup that can go deep into right center for right-handed hitters, typically. And the Brewers have a number of players up and down their batting order that can do that.
Especially in this yard, tough.
Braun hits it sharply. Nice play, Diaz. And the throw to second for the out. Man, this kid is impressive. Takes a hit away from Braun, but the Brewers do damage. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, 100 miles plus going out. 440-foot home run by Santana, and the Brewers lead. Domingo Santana, 2 hits tonight and a big 2-run home run to break a 4-4 tie. Brewers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. And now here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Jeremy Jeffress on to try to save his 4th in his 5th game of the season.
Well, you throw out a guy that throws in the upper 90s as well. Good curveball, 3 for 3 in saves. Picked up number 3 at Miller Park against the Astros. A 3-up, 3-down 9th.
Steven Piscotty will lead off, and then Grichuk, and then Molina. 4, 5, and 6 in the St. Louis batting order. Brewers with a 2-run lead, and the first pitch from Jeffress at 96 misses. All 6 of the runs for the Brewers have come with 2 outs tonight.
All the runs in the game with 2 outs except one. Leadoff home run by Brandon Moss.
Now the 3 the Cardinals scored in the first inning were all unearned. Came after a 2-out error. Chase Anderson started and pitched well. 6 innings, 3 runs, none earned. We'll get a no decision tonight. Right now, Michael Blazek in line for the win. Jeffress trying to close the door on the Cardinals.
Yeah, Jeremy's been very effective with that big power curveball so far this year. We've seen a split change from time to time, but his base has been curveball, fastball.
Shattered his bat. Running fastball in there. It's really been the difference in Jeffress' game, and it's so interesting to think about a guy who used to throw 100 miles an hour but it was a straight 100-mile-an-hour pitch, and he's really become a pitcher now. He was a basketball player in high school, a shooting guard, and then he started throwing a baseball around, and he was throwing 92, 93 miles an hour, and everybody said, Jeremy, you need to be a pitcher. So he went to baseball, concentrated on baseball, but he really hasn't pitched much, or didn't pitch much, until he was in his late teens. Then he got drafted out of high school. And now he's really pitching. Another one in on the hands. Rivera coming in, barehanded, throw to first in time. Man, the guts it takes to make that play.
He has got an amazing amount of confidence in his abilities. That could have gone a couple of different ways. I mean, I think he had time to use the glove, but he's got a lot of confidence in this play right here. Spreads the hands out and gets Piscotty easily. He had time to get the glove. I mean, no doubt he had time to use the glove and get it on its way to first base, but wow. Well, you boot that play. I mean, yeah. You got a lot of questions to answer to your manager.
But it worked, and it's an out.
And if you get the out, it is a great play. If you miss it, what are you doing? Right?
I tell you, I'm sure Chris Carter's standing there saying, because he has such a strong throwing arm, and it's very accurate. As long as it's in that waist-high range, that's all good. But it gets over there in a hurry. You can almost see the anxiety in Carter's eyes as he's waiting on this throw from across the diamond.
And it's that one, it's about waist high. You're not sure if how you're going to catch it. It just knocks your glove right off.
It's true. One away for Jeffress. Here's Grichuk now. Got Molina on deck. Boy, he's got some serious run to that fastball going. 95 just sinking down and in.
Yeah, I mean, 100 straight as a string. I'd take that, that good movement. He dropped that arm angle a little bit a couple of years ago, and he still goes 95 to 97 with that good movement.
He's got a good curveball in his arsenal as well. And he goes back to the fastball. Brewers had a day off yesterday, but Jeremy Jeffress made a trip back to Wisconsin, to Sheboygan. He went to the Wisconsin Sports Awards. He's a closer. He's always ready for action. You know what I mean? Had a great time there. That was a great event.
Yeah, he
was
went
nominated for an award, comeback player, or breakthrough player of the year. Two-two pitch goes to 3-2. And last night, David Stearns. I was the handler for Jeremy and David.
You guys are looking sharp, by the way.
Wisconsin Sports Awards. They did a great job. Terrific production. Grichuk, a little flare. GENNETT for the second out. 2 outs. And the Brewers an out away from securing this one. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Tomorrow, day game. Note the airtime. It's 12 o'clock. First pitch is around 12:45. Willie Peralta in desperate need of a bounce back against Jaime Garcia.
And Garcia hadn't been throwing all that well either. Yeah, Willie needs to turn things around, get back to where he was a couple of years ago.
He was a 17-game winner in 2014. It'll be his third start. The Brewers opening day starter gets the ball tomorrow. 2 outs here in the 9th, and Molina back up the middle. Rivera can't get it, just out of his reach. A base hit. The tying run will bat as Molina keeps the game going here in the 9th inning.
And here comes Matt Adams. Well, not messing around. First pitch fastball. Molina able to get it out of the reach of Rivera. Rivera banging on the ground, thinking he should have made the play. Yeah, but you got the home run hitter up, representing the tying run.
Derek Johnson will make a quick trip to the mound here. The Brewer pitching coach, probably just a scouting report. Got a pinch hitter coming up in Adams. Slow it down a little bit.
And Molina's a tough out, isn't he? I mean, he very rarely strikes out. He hits the ball where it's pitched. Comes up with big hits and is able to extend this inning.
And you play him in the hole and he hits ground balls up the middle. And you play him up the middle, he hits ground balls in the hole.
Yeah.
How does he do that?
Yeah, just good player. That's the way it goes.
Well, this one tightens up now as Jeffress will face the power hitting Matt Adams, who has found himself on the bench to start the year with Holiday playing first base. Adams with a couple of hits this season. Had one against the Brewers on Monday. Dangerous bat. Shift is on. Adams takes a ball. See his numbers as a pinch hitter. He was a regular last year. Brewers by 2. Adams late. Right by him. Swing and a miss.
Get him with hard stuff. You better get it up. You better get it out. And don't make a mistake down in the strike zone.
And he has a knack on breaking balls. He's such a good low ball hitter. He can one-hand them. And Jeffress powers it right by him up in the strike zone. 95.
Yeah, that's where you get him, but you don't want to throw everyone over in that same spot.
Adams had a quad injury last year. Missed a good chunk of the season. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adams ground ball off the glove of Jeffress, out to second. Right there is Rivera, and the ball game is over. The Brewers win. Jeremy Jeffress with save number 4. And what a thriller tonight in St. Louis. Domingo Santana with a 2-run homer to break a 4-4 tie. And Jeffress remains perfect. That was a great ball game tonight, partner.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, they bounced right off the mat after Brandon Moss tied it up. And how about the pitching by the Brewers? I mean, Chase Anderson, 2 very good starts, and the Brewers bullpen continues to get the job done. Good game here tonight at Busch.
6-4 the final score. Time for Brewers Live. We send it back to our Fox Sports Wisconsin studios. Jeff Grayson standing by. Jeff?